Welcome back to my series of tutorial for OpenCV3 and Python. Till now we have learned a lot of OpenCV. We have learned basically arithmetic operations on images. We have even been able to achieve transition as well as blending effects and created some small projects for achieving all these effects. So in this tutorial we are going to have a look at how to merge and split image into constituent channels and how to merge all the channels together to create a single image. So before we get started with the practical, because I have already got the code typed in, so we are not going to spend much time in typing the code, and anyway there are only a couple of new functions that we are going to use, so typing the code is not going to be the priority. I have already got the code ready. So before that we should have a look at the basics again. We should basically revise the basics. So we know that there are two types of images. One is grayscale or black and white, which we just have only single channel for representing the intensities of the pixels. So when we use grayscale color space, we just have the values of intensity levels ranging from 0 to 255. So if that intensity level is represented by 8-bit number. And for black and white images, we have just like two intensity levels. It should be either 0 or 1 combination, or it can be 0 to 255 combination. So 255 or 1 stands for white and 0 stands for black color. So the other color spaces that we use are RGB or BGR. We all know that OpenCV reads and stores the images in RGB mode, sorry, BGR mode. That is blue, green and red combination, and for Matplotlib RGB mode is the most suitable mode for displaying the images. That's why we have to change the we have to change the color space of images when we are working with OpenCV as well as Matplotlib in a same program. The other color space that we have seen to represent images is HSV, which can be used to choose the range of images. I mean, to choose the range of colors, right? I mean, this mode is very good while dealing with the ranges of colors or ranges of shades of colors, to be very precise. So HSV stands for hue, saturation and value. Value is also known as intensity, and we have already seen a program of this while dealing with the program for object tracking by color. The third third and fourth color space is CMY and CMYK. C stands for can, M stands for magenta, and Y stands for yellow. K stands for key. So if any one of you is familiar with the printing and publishing process, I mean the physical paper printing process, then you might be knowing these modes very well, this color space very well, because printing industry uses this color space. You don't even have to be in the printing industry. If you are using a color printer by most of the manufacturers, you must have noticed the inks, okay, the refill inks or even the ink tanks are labeled with C, M, Y and K. Okay, so these two color spaces are extensively used in printing. So whenever we say cv2.split, an image is passed as an argument to this cv2.split, and this particular function returns a tuple which contains or it returns multiple channels, and those channels will contain the intensity levels, a matrix of intensity levels. Okay, so if you are going to use an image which has got RGB color space, then it will be this function will separate all these three color channels, red, green and blue. The same way, if you use HSV color space, it is going to separate HSV color channels. Finally, we use cv2.merge function in order to compose in order to compose a single image using these color channels. So we just need to pass a tuple of all these color channels as an argument to this cv2.merge. So let's see these two functions in action. So here, using these 4 lines, we are just reading an image img1. Once that image is read, we are splitting it using cv2.split. Finally, we are using cv2.merge here directly. I am not actually declaring any separate variable for that. I am just like adding this thing into images list, and we are using the cv2.merge and it returns a single composite image. Okay, so let's have a look at the code which displays these intensity channels as well as the original image. So this is it. This is the code which plots and which subplots, which uses plt.subplot as well as plt.show functions to draw the required stuff on the screen. So let us execute this code. So mind it that I am using grayscale CMap for representing the intensity levels of all the channels. This is primarily because we just want to see check the intensities of all these color channels, okay, for a composite image. So now this is an RGB image, and we know that this image is saturated with the red color. That's why the plane which is corresponding, or the matrix which is corresponding to the red intensity level, is also saturated with the white color. It is saturated with the white color because we are just representing it using grayscale color map, right? So many people have got this misconception that the color map for any channel has to be like tinted with the shade of that color. We do that because we are not like very well aware of like how these things work. This is because we are just representing the intensities, right? So the intensity value will not have any sort of color by itself. Whenever we combine all these intensity levels all together, then the visual processing system in your computer is going to compute the actual value for color. But as far the planes go, they just represent the intensity values, and they can best be represented by using the grayscale color maps. So in case you want actually some more fancier output, we can just replace this grayscale color map with the respective shades. Okay, so red, and then there is greens. So this is going to paint them with the shades of greens, and finally blues. So it will look actually very good and candy to our eyes, but it won't be like very faithful representation of the color channels. Okay, so this is the now the red tinted value of the red channel, this is the green tinted value of green channel, and this is the blue tinted value of the blue channel. So this is how we can separate and merge the colors. So in case you have any idea about, if you get any idea about how we can add more interactivity to this program using trackbar and mouse events and all, just let me know all these ideas in the comment section. Thanks a lot for watching my videos. Do not miss the next video. It is going to contain one more interesting application of OpenCV3 and Python. Thanks a lot. Let me know your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you next time.